she was saying that your skin is like 10 years behind. So to the bigger conversation here, like doing things today can really help to benefit you maybe 5 to 10 years down the road, which is hard to envision. I think, again, being so,
well, that makes sense.
Feeling so young. But again, one of those things that I feel like you kind of wake up to and you're like, oh, I should have gotten on that. I should have just taken one probiotic daily, every single day. It's so simple. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to the Physician's Choice Girl Talk series. My name's Gabrielle and I'm part of the social team.
I'm Lauren, I'm also part of the social team.
We're going to be talking about living in your 20s, bloating, burnout, all the things that come with your 20s.
What no one told us.
What no one told us, trying to figure our lives out. Yeah, let's get into it.
Struggle's real.
Yeah, struggle is real. I think it's worth noting we're both in our 20s.
Shocking.
Trying to figure it out. Just jumping right in.
Yeah.
I think there's just so many expectations with your 20s. Like I feel like you have to do almost everything and then everything else will follow in your 30s and 40s. And I think there's been more conversations about people normalizing that those things can come later or even earlier, but it just feels like, you know, a lot of people, I feel like most people, they're either trying to figure out their career path or they're going to college or and they're also trying to get married, have kids. Like there's just so many things that it feels like in a decade, in 10 short years, yes, it feels short, that you have to figure everything out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like also too, like everyone's on their own path. So it's hard not to be like, well, that person's already married with 2 children and they have a house and they have no student debt and they have this, they have that. Whereas someone else could just be living at home and like their debt is too crazy, like me. Like it could just be something like that where everyone's just on their own path and doing their own thing. And I feel like we often forget that in our 20s because we're so quick to figure out adulting when also like we're still young, you know? Now it's kind of the fun part too where we're on this journey to maybe be financially stable, sure, but still go have fun. And, you know, instead of you have your rest of your life to be, you know, stressed about finances and all that fun stuff. So
True.
I don't know. I just think it's really hard. I think comparison is real in your 20s. I struggle with it. I don't know about you, but I'm always like, am I behind?
Yeah.
I'm like literally got years ahead of me.
Yeah. And I think the thing is too, is I feel like all my friends that are in different stages, they all will say the same thing. I'm like, I feel like I'm so behind in this area.
Yes.
Or maybe another friend has that area covered or whatever, but they still feel so behind in another area, which again, sounds cheesy. Everyone's on their own path. Comparison is the thief of joy. Remember that, everyone.
Put that on a hat. Merch. PC merch.
You're making me laugh.
No, it's true. That, and I also think in addition to like, you know, life in general, I just think it's also, you feel like you get issues when it comes to eating or health issues, I should say. Like, I feel like this is now when everyone's in like their fitness era and like their health journey. I feel like maybe in high school, college, they were on the cusp of things. And now it's like you hit your 20s and you know, you really should, you know, you're working out daily and maybe you have your tummy problem girly because I got one of those at home. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're everywhere. I feel like it's more prominent than it used to be. And I don't know. What do you, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. And now my birthday's next week.
Happy early birthday.
I'm going to be turning 28. I know, crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I know everyone in their 30s and even 40s is probably laughing at me. But truly, I feel like now that I'm getting to my late 20s, I'm grateful for the measures and the precautions that I took on the front end. And I'm also kicking myself up like, why did I do that? Why did I not? Actually, I was talking with a coworker here and I think her sister's the same age and she's like still getting in tanning beds and she's just like, as your big sister, you should not be doing. And I wish that someone would have been a big sister to me. Also, I didn't have a sister, by the way, of just telling me like things that they wish they would have done in their 20s. And I feel like that's even like a trend that a lot of people are talking about. And I know that that can look different for everyone, but I think one of those things is health. Like truly all you have is your health. And I think digestive health and just, I don't know, just overall wellness, taking those precautions on the front end is so much more worth it, especially if it's just little steps every day that add up, you know?
Yeah, I feel like self-care is huge too. Like I'm an older sister, so I have a younger sister and a younger brother. So like I also don't have an older sister that I'm like, okay, trying to navigate this myself. So like what can I tell her to be like, hey girl, like slow your roll. You don't want this quite yet. She's about to go to college, so she's got a little bit. But I think self-care is huge. I think burnout is real. And I think that's also related to your tummy problems. And I think that's why I have noticed that, like, genuinely, like in your 20s, it's like, okay, now as a fitness person, like, what can I do? Or maybe I'm on my fitness journey, or, you know, like, you're so quick to just jump on it. I don't know, maybe it's a stability thing, but it really is real. Like, it's straight, like, I loved fitness even when I was in college, but I feel like even now, like, you know, I'm cycling. I never used to bike, guys. I never cycle. Like, what is that? And I'm cycling. Like, it's just crazy how in your 20s you're just, I don't know, quick to get into that.
Yep. And I know it looks different for everyone, like whatever workout plan you're on, diet, maybe I don't know, your morning routine, night routine. But I think something that we can always come back to is gut health. It literally is the core of everything that we do. Something that, again, we'll be talking about today is even gut-brain connection. I think even our generation and people who are in their 20s, even if you're in your early 30s too, I mean, I feel like you're still an extension of that, of just like mental health and things around that. And I think, again, going back to comparison and what you should be doing by a certain age, I think can also like affect your mental state. I think being in a place where, I don't know, you're helping to manage that, I think can just be huge.
Absolutely. And I think too, in this day and age with like TikTok, where it's so easy just to essentially use it as Google, right? Like, you know, workout plans or workout routines, or what even is gut health. Like, I think a lot of people are making gut health quote unquote trendy. But a lot of people just don't know what it is. And you did mention the gut-brain connection, and I think I didn't even know what that was until I was working here. Like, your gut is really huge. It's like, I don't think people really truly realize that, like how much your brain and your gut are connected. So if you're not taking care of your gut, then maybe that is why you're feeling icky. Maybe that is why you have your crash out moments, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think the nice thing about, you know, physician's choice, if you will, is we really do have a product for everything, not to like plug us, but low-key, like I'm gonna plug us. We just do have a really great product, you know, like if you wanted to start with something and, you know, figure out and do your own research, you know, our 60 billion is a great place to start. I firmly believe that. When I first started here, everyone was like, well, you kind of have to take the products if you're going to talk about it, especially being a part of social. And that was one of the few that I first tried, and it really is, it does great stuff, at least for me. I enjoy it a lot. You know, if you've been feeling nervous or bloated, you know, bloating is huge in your 20s, by the way. I've never felt so bloated in my life. And I don't know if it's just
bloated 20s. That's what they should call it.
Yes, bloating 20s. Honestly, like
roaring 20s, bloated 20s.
Yeah, same thing. It's fine. Like, I genuinely, like, I feel like, you know, we kind of forget it, and then just it hits you in the face, and you're like, what is happening to me? And I feel like our products are really good to kind of balance that out too.
Yeah, and I think that's why we get so excited to do these segments too, because we obviously have a privilege working here and knowing so many background information on probiotics. But to your point, I think there's so many fads and just weird things on the internet of like gut health tips, or this is going to help your gut, or all these different things. And again, not all of it is bad, but I think that's why if we can be a service to, I don't know. Again, I think something that's really cool about our probiotics is that they're developed with doctors. So we have a team of doctors that are helping to develop every single one, even reformulations that we do. And again, a team of doctors help to develop our mood probiotic, one of them being a psychiatrist. And then obviously it has probiotics. So those long-term effects. As we're talking about probiotics too, I think it's something worth noting that it just takes consistency. It's a long-term, kind of like back to what we were saying in your 20s of like, oh, I wish I would have done that sooner. Like, that starts at 20 or 21 to reap the benefits of 29, 30. Actually, another thing that I'm going to plug Morgan Skeet for a second. We were talking about skin today. She was saying that your skin is like 10 years behind. So to the bigger conversation here, like, doing things today can really help to benefit you maybe 5 to 10 years down the road, which is hard to envision. I think, again, being so,
well, that makes sense,
feeling so young. But again, one of those things that I feel like you kind of wake up to and you're like, I should have gotten on that. I should have just taken one probiotic daily, every single day. It's so simple. Takes 2 seconds. But then I'm seeing the benefits long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think like we're not really taught how to take care of your gut. Like, I feel like it's, you know, like to your point, skincare, right? I feel like it's engraved in our brains from like our grandparents, our moms, like our family to, start young, like take care of your skin. You're going to regret it if you don't. Like in the future, it'll help you, blah, blah, blah. And I think the same could be applied to your gut. You know, it's like if you don't start now, then maybe down the road, who's to say something else doesn't pop up, you know? I think that now more than ever, health is huge, and I think a lot of people are getting on that grind. Like I feel like I have yet to meet someone who's not doing something, whether it's eating healthy or, you know, they are taking probiotics. A lot of people take our probiotics, which is crazy. I don't think I realized that until I joined, and they're like, oh, like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I work at Physician's Choice, and they're like, I have 4 bottles in my cabinet.
I do get that a lot, actually.
Like, I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, you know, why not start now? You know, we weren't trained, so now's the time to train yourself, and, you know, maybe do use social media. You know, like I mentioned, TikTok really is like another form of Google, I feel like. Yep. You know, take your time to do your own research. We have really good stuff on our own social media pages. Yeah. I think, you know, probiotics really are not just for your mom. I'm telling you that right now. They're not for your mom. They are for you too. Yeah. Start sooner rather than later. I feel like investing in yourself really does pay off. And what more could you say about that?
Yeah. And I think something too, back to the whole skincare thing, because I'm big on skincare, sunscreen, the whole thing. I think, again, that's been pushed the past like 5 to 10 years. And I'm hopeful, and I think we're starting to see more of this, of people talking about gut health at a young age too. I mean, I think I took probiotics maybe a couple years before I started working here, which was like 4 years ago now, but I wish I would have started sooner. It's not just about digestion and irregularity. I mean, that's the main benefit, which I think is awesome, especially with like stomach issues or whatever it is, just wanting to feel more balanced, but knowing that there's something for the other issues that I'm going for too, you know, having like a 3-in-1 or a 2-in-1.
No, I would agree. And I think I don't even think I realized that like there's different reasons that you take probiotics. Yeah. You know, we have like our digestive enzymes, and I know that's not a probiotic, but like that can break down your food, or, you know, our mood, it like helps, you know, like you said, it has the B12. It is, you know, our vaginal, for example, I think is you know, promotes your urinary tract or supports it. Like, I just think that it's so cool that there's a probiotic that can target specific things on like what your issue is. And, you know, life is too short. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You try it, doesn't work for you, you hate it, you can stop doing it. Yeah. That's literally the entire epitome of being in your 20s, is you try something, you hate it, and then you find something else. Like, I just think the more consistent you are with anything, in addition to our probiotics, the better off you will be. And that's kind of something I wish I knew sooner, you know? And granted, I know like we have a little bit until 30, some more than others. Someone's birthday's next week.
I know, I'm like cringing as I say that.
Yeah, right. I just think that, you know, there's just so much to learn. We still have so much going on. You know, we have our whole life really genuinely ahead of us. I think for me too, like in addition to taking probiotics, like kindness goes a long way. I think, why would you be mean to someone? Like, I feel like it takes a lot more energy to be mean to someone than to be kind. I don't know. Yep. Routine is huge. I feel like in your 20s, you just get so stuck. And you're like, how do I get myself out of this? I think finding and establishing a routine, whether or not you have a job, like maybe it's just making coffee in the morning or breakfast. I think routine has genuinely saved me, because, you know, think about it. Like when you're in college, your routine's established for you. You don't really have a choice. Like you're waking up, you're doing whatever you need to do. You go to class, hang out with your friends. Like it kind of forces you into one. They don't tell you what to do once you graduate.
That was a major freak out for me.
Yeah. And I'm like a type A girl. Like I need a routine. I need to be established. I need like a planner of some sort, even if I have nothing going on in my life. Like I think routine for me has just become such a holy grail. At 25, if you will.
No, back to your other point. I think maybe a lot of people too, even scrolling on TikTok, I think when they hear about maybe like early 20s, just younger people, and even this does apply, I feel like 30s and 40s and even to 50s too. I think it's like, oh, well, I don't struggle with that. I don't need probiotics. And to your point, there really are probiotics can meet a lot of different needs. And I think that's what's really cool about Physician's Choice specifically, is that we really do meet you right where you're at, no matter where you're at, if you're struggling more with this or with that. And I think that's something that we're super proud of, again, with our team of doctors that help us to develop products, is that we really think through, what do people need right now? What is the biggest concern? Or what are we seeing on TikTok? What are we hearing from our consumers? What are on our over 250,000 reviews?
Exactly.
Taking that into consideration of what we create next. And that's even how mood came to be. So I don't know. That's what I truly, I think, just love about Physician's Choice. Yeah,
I'd agree. And it's easy to take. Like, you know, I take mine in the morning when I'm making my coffee, or sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, which is some days, I will tell you, I take it at night, you know, like it's part of my nighttime routine, you know. I think, you know, it's what I call like a 1-minute reset, you know. It's when you're going to bed, you're winding down. You already have water on your nightstand. I know you have water on your nightstand.
Guilty.
Yeah. You just put your probiotics right next to your water bottle. Bada bing, bada boom. You're set for the night. Make your bed, light a candle, do something. Your body will thank you for it. And we only got one body, guys. So why would you not take care of it?
Yeah.
And I think being in your 20s, there's just so much going on. You're already stressed as it is. You're already having crash outs. You're already feeling fatigue and burnout. Like, this is just one extra step to help you feel better and feel your best self. And I think that's huge. And you're not 30 yet. And you know what? Even then, I have heard your 30s are amazing and the best time. My cousin just turned 30.
Okay.
She's living her best life.
Yeah.
And so that to me is like, okay, I'm feeling optimistic. 20s are your fun time. 30s is still your fun time, okay? But you're more financially stable. I feel like you have a better head on your shoulders. Or so I've been told. I'm not 30, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like 30 is not as intimidating to me as it maybe should be.
Yeah. And I think too, again, I know we're talking about our 20s, but I think even 30s and 40s, it can just feel like, I mean, life only gets busier. You're spread thin in so many different areas. And I feel like it's hard to set boundaries or maybe have non-negotiables. And I think it's just a really simple way of like, I take my probiotic every day. That's a small boundary to set. I have a hard time setting boundaries. So I feel like little small habits and daily
We have a whole episode on that, by the way.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I know. I'm like, we have a boundary episode. We have I feel like we have everything. Yeah, we have a pet peeves episode. No, but I feel like it's just an easy way of like, okay, like these are small little things that I take. I can eventually take on the big boundaries that maybe I need to set. So
yeah, and I think it's investing in yourself, and it's forcing yourself to slow down and take a second of like, it's okay to treat yourself and make yourself feel good because like I said, life is crazy. I don't know what it is with the 20s, but it just feels, again, maybe it is like you just feel like you have to go. And when it's really okay to like take a second for yourself, realign, take your probiotic, get yourself back in line, and then you can continue to do what you're doing. I think that's how burnout happens. I think that's why so many of us in our 20s get burnout, because we're forgetting to take that extra pause and break. Yeah. And whether it's at our job, whether it's, you're at home. Yes, whether it's at your, look at me, it's fine. I just think being in your 20s is just so fast paced that we forget to take a second. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts actually about your 20s. I don't know. Do you know who Mel Robbins is? Oh, yeah. I love her. Yeah, she's a classic. She's like the queen of 20s, I swear. Yeah, she is. She just has such a way with words that makes me feel so composed. And she does always emphasize like routine and taking a second and pausing for yourself is critical in your 20s. And what better way than this? That's all I'm saying. Listen to my girl Mel Robbins. Listen to me.
I think the biggest thing of probably why people love Mel Robbins too is that she simplifies everything. I think that's what a lot of people go for. 5 steps, so simple. 1 capsule daily. Like something that is just super simple. And I think back to your point too of like crash outs, burnouts. I think the reason that happens is we get so overwhelmed and we don't keep up with what needs to happen daily. I even think about this on vacations. I come back and I'm like, oh my God, I need to like, and maybe that's just inevitable, laundry, all the things, catching up on whatever. But I think when I stay consistent in my routine, I'm like, okay, I'm not as like flustered or all over the place or feeling like I need a 3-day crash out to like get back to normal. So
story of my life. Just kidding.
But again, a great way of like, this is easy to travel with. It's just, it's so simple. I think that's really what it is.
No, it really is. And, gut health is important. Everything's connected. And by everything, it's your gut and your brain. Your brain is huge, guys. Like, it's what makes you think. It's huge. So that's how you get through the day is through your brain. Like, you're thinking about a million different things. It's why you can't fall asleep at night. So take care of your gut, take care of your brain. Yeah, it's the least you can do, and
everything else will follow.
Absolutely,
for the most part.
Yeah, and I mean, we still got time. It's fine. I feel like your 20s really are just like about figuring life out. It's trial and error. Like, so if you want to try to pick up a new hobby, I say do it. You don't like it, move on to something else. I just think that 20s don't have to be rushed. I think that's a lot of everyone I've talked to or spoken to that's older has always said, I regret this, not doing this in my 20s, or I regret not trying this in my 20s, or I took my 20s for granted. So I think for now, it's just super important to remember life is too short. We still have so much time. As much as we need to feel like we need to go, we need to stop comparing ourselves to what other people are doing. Everyone's on their own path.
Yep.
And I don't think your gut needs to be your collateral damage to your stress. That's all I'm saying.
And I think something too with, again, 20s, 30s, and 40s as well, and 50s is just, I think even then, because of our culture and how busy everything is, health is just the last thing when it should really, really be number one. And I think, again, to your point, I think we lose sight of that. And I think it just, we don't prioritize it. And I don't know, it can just easily go by the wayside. And I think then it's like, I wish I would have done this in my 20s. I wish I would have taken this more seriously.
No regrets.
And I think a big maybe barrier, probably for young people too, investing in health is money. I don't have money for that. I don't have money for thousands of dollars of supplements and a $70 probiotic.
In this economy.
Again, in this economy. And our average price of probiotics is usually between, I'd say around $30. I mean, it's going to last you a full month. Yeah, give or take. And it's going to last you a full month. I think that's another reason, even why I am so obsessed with our products too, of just like, it just seems like a no-brainer.
Yes, it's a
no
good
pun
investment.
intended,
but well, that and like we're found in so many places too. Like we're on TikTok Shop, we're on Amazon, Target, Walmart. So really, you don't have an excuse to not try it. I'm just saying, it's like I know you're on.
It's like you're trying not to.
Yeah,
we're everywhere.
Meet me in the back. You know what I mean? No, I think this is good. I think our probiotics are a good place to start to take care of yourself, and it's just a great reminder to slow down. And like I said, your 20s are about figuring life out. So why not figure it out? You don't like it, don't do it. That's that simple. And that is that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of our episode. Thank you for hanging with us, and we hope you enjoyed our little conversation. Check out our other episodes like Gabrielle, the social team, mentioned. We do have an episode on pet peeves, and we have so many topics actually out there. And definitely take a little peek, subscribe, like, comment, all the things, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.